I am joined right now by the one, the only, Umanga.
Yeah,
He's in
that's
the house.
right. That's
He's
right, everybody. Yep. Five-time NHL 14 commentator right here for the first time.
Yep.
That's right there. We are just ready to give you our impressions of NHL 14. And as he said, you're joined by none other than the two most electrifying men in NHL 14 history. That, other than Ford V8, too fast for you, who can't be here right now. Go ahead, Nolan. Take it away. What do you got?
What an introduction by Umanga. What an introduction. All right, guys. Like Umanga said, we're going to bring you some of our thoughts on NHL 14 thus far. I know a lot of you guys probably didn't get the early release, so we're going to kind of give you the insight on what we think is good and what we think is bad about NHL 14 so far.
Right. Yeah, stuff to look forward to when you pick it up on Tuesday and vice versa. Things you say, oh, boy, maybe I don't want to. Ooh, boy. But we're going to bring it all for you. Whatever you want to hear, we're going to give it to you right here, fast, live, and in your face.
That's right. In your face. We love that, don't we? In your face, you know.
No, I don't.
Well, okay. All right, so we're going to get into it. Umanga, what's your thoughts on the hit engine? Because, you know, everybody wants to know about the hit engine because that's the hit engine and the fighting. You know, that's the big thing this year.
Yeah, right. And you got a little snippet of it on the demo. You know, if you took Boston, you got to see Zdeno Chara go ahead and just rock them. Rock them, robots. All over the place, all over the ice. And it's kind of the same thing here in the early release. The bigger you are, hey, you may not fall. Not in this case. The bigger you are, the better off you are, especially when you use the momentum to knock somebody over. So if you're coming down full speed, and they get in your way, hey, look out. As Umanga's name would say, the bulldozer, you're going to get ran right over.
That's right.
Somebody. That's for sure. So, hey, the bigger you are, the better you are on defense. Now, that being said, also, though, hey, if you're big, you're a little bit slower. So, keep in mind, hey, guys, look at your height, look at your weight. You don't want to quite go so extreme to one side or the other. And again, hey, when these guys get a little bit better, of course, this is only the preview, so to speak, the early release. So listen, hey, when we get better on our skates, people are more nimble. It looks early now. If you're a big guy early on and you're playing some of these guys that, let's jump gears, let's switch for a second, boost, or way out in front here, superstars already working, getting close to our legends already, if you can believe it, you might be in trouble.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, too. How many of those boost rooms have we seen?
A lot of boost rooms. Right below OTP. So those guys getting this game, those guys hearing for the first time, sorry, you're probably going to be behind, and you're probably going to be way behind. Even for those of us that are playing, let's call it legit, or playing, in drop games and things of that nature, not looking to boost, hey, we're already at 15, 20, 30 games in some cases, goals and points in nearly every game. So you're getting behind the 8 ball early. Definitely a good idea to get the early release. If not, obviously not this year. I wouldn't waste your money necessarily. However, get EA Sports season ticket. It gives you all the EA games early, 3 days early. So even if you
you get those upgrades, 20% off or whatever, don't you? Isn't that what the thing is?
Off, yeah. You get hut packs early if you're a big hut fan, like I am personally. You get those ones. You get them throughout the season. I think it's 24 hut packs or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It's a good deal actually. I mean, you pay $24.99 for the season season ticket, and then you get a lot of little perks. And it's not just for NHL. It's all EA games. So any of the games that EA puts out, you're getting those early. You're getting them 3 days early. You're ahead of the curve, Yeah.
So if you're a big football fan or whatever the case may be. But anyway, back to hockey. Let's jam right back into it. As far as the hitting goes, I like it. The fighting, we've had some 6-on-6 fights, which is pretty neat. We've had some 4-on-4s. We've had some mismatches, goalies coming out, beeping them. And that's another thing. Size does matter in a fight unless you're a guy that knows how to fight. Now, we saw this once last night. Big old 6'9" Jake from State Farm, Flyers fan 48, going at it with none other than the glitch goal machine Quick Shot. And Quick Shot beat him. So either Jake's just not a good fighter at the time. It was one of his first few fights. But again, size usually matters, and I would, say, hey, watch your size, watch everything else, see how it goes, because fighting, it can matter in fighting as well.
Yeah, exactly. So as far as let's talk about the dynamics of the drop-in type games, how you can pick your position before you actually go in. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I
like that.
I like it for the most part. I always wish they would go back to a SOCOM-like style in the sense where you would you get these tools in here, these jabronis, these jabberjaw junkheads that get in left D or right D.
Yeah.
And if you got a goalie like we got now, of course, not everybody's that good. You got one bad D-man that doesn't know what he's doing or just in there trolling. Of course, you can't get rid of him. So, I like the idea, of course, when you're in the lobby, like you said, yeah, just go ahead. I want left wing, let's take it. The other thing is, though, if you're doing a drop-in game, of course, if you send it to the wrong person, there's just a bunch of different things you kind of gotta think and sync out a little bit. But all in all, I like the idea of being able to pick your position before you go, especially for us Friday night hockey fans that play every Friday night. Hey, I want Punisher at center. We all know he's going to glitch face off and win him most of the time. I want Flex on right D. He's going to throw him off the boards and give you a good chance up the boards eventually when he gets up the ice. Yeah. So, it's good. It's good for planning. It's good for scouting. You know where people are going to be. It's not a real hodgepodge in that sense. So I like it. I like that part of it.
Well, and I agree with you. So that being said, what do you think about the hitting in NHL 14? I know, in 13 we had that issue with you get hit and you bounce around the ice like a freaking, a bouncy ball. You hit the ice and you jump like 10 feet in the air while you're on your back. What do you think about NHL 14's hitting dynamics as far as how they changed it?
For the most part, yeah, I like it. I haven't seen anything wrong with it, like I said. It kind of sort of looks like a big shoulder tackle in the pro wrestling ring when you get smacked with momentum, just get dropped, just get rocked. You look like The Rock rocking somebody like the Brooklyn Brawler or something like that, just taking big bumps all over the place.
Yeah.
So it looks pretty good. And of course we know last year when you got injured or something, you would smash the L1 button to get up in a hurry. And I've seen this a few times already. I got hit down on the end boards down in the corner somewhere. I hit the L1 button to get up quicker, and it sprung me all the way up over the ice. So I was like floating above the ice for a couple seconds.
We've noticed some glitches, haven't we? The fighting, I've noticed there's some fighting glitches where you're fighting somebody and you can like mold into their body. It's just there's a lot of weird stuff still, little glitchy things here and there. But overall, you're always going to have that, though. Am I right? I mean,
no game's perfect, except for maybe Sims Golf. That game was up. Other than that, you don't get a lot of perfect games out there.
Right.
So, but for the most part, I like it more. A lot of people said, hey, it's just a $60 patch or a $60 update. I don't think so. I think it's worth the $60 to do it.
Well, it's a lot different. Like, how do you feel about getting pucks after you win a game and stuff like that?
Sure.
Or lose a game. How do you feel about that? How we're dealing with that right now?
Yeah, EA pucks are good. You get those after the game. You might see anywhere between 34 to the most I've gotten is 63. And of course you get to use those towards your HUT, which again, hey, HUT's always good on NHL. To me, it's the best mode they got. One of the better modes they got. You don't have it like in Madden or in baseball. It's a whole bunch of selling and buying. It's pretty straightforward on NHL. It's a simple man's eBay for sure for NHL HUT cards.
Yeah.
None of this overstock.com like it is on Madden or whatever they got going on over there. BZID, whatever. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. And again, you're making pucks no matter what you're doing. So I like that too. Again, being a big HUT fan. So
right. So how do you feel HUT's going to be this year? Do you think HUT's going to? They kind of seem like EA's kind of like putting a lot of effort towards promoting the HUT.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they're giving you pucks for it. Well, let's keep in mind though. Hey, you get hooked on it. You're somebody like me that might drop 30, 40, $50 every couple months on trying to make yourself a good team and trying to get a good team and all that kind of stuff. So, of course, they're going to promote it. They can make money on it, not just through the free pucks, but the free pucks, they might give you somebody like, Claude Giroux or somebody like that, a Shea Weber, if you will. And, you know, then, of course, you want to try to build your team around somebody like that, you know, a Malkin or a Simmons, something, a PK Subban. Then, of course, you say, well, hey, I got a pretty good mold here. Let's try and get more. And, of course, the free pucks, they know what they're doing. I'm pretty sure those are pretty well set up for the most part. You might get a good player here and there in those free hut packs, but the majority of it, of course, you're going to be spending money.
Right.
But you know, hey, at least you're making EA pucks playing drop-in games and playing your club games and stuff like that, so that'll be good.
Yeah, no, and I think that's really cool how they implemented that this year because it's going to promote the whole hut idea. I mean, hut's fun, though. You know, if you really get into it and you start playing it, and it's a good time. I never really, I don't know, for whatever reason, I never really got into hut. I'll probably get into it this year. Umanga, on the other hand, has made it publicly known that he will take whoever doesn't use their pucks, he will put it towards his team. So if you don't want your pucks and you're on PS3, let Umanga know and he'll take them from you.
Yeah, that's right, everybody. Come on, hey, share the wealth, all right? I got mine reserved. A couple people have said, sure, you can have them. Hey, I'll take them. But what are you going to do, you know?
Yeah.
What else do I like about the game? I like, so far I like it. You know, you don't see a lot of the glitch goals like you did before. A lot of these forehand, backhand, forehands. You know, right now everybody's kind of in the same thing. Now, again.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the goalies. The goalies. That's the big thing. That's, for me, that was a huge thing when I first got on and I started playing. I tried to do a backhand, forehand, and the damn computer goalie poke checked me.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the goalies. You've played net.
Sure.
Right?
Played net.
Yeah.
One win, one loss.
How do the goalies are this year?
Well, I like it if you're controlled. Again, you kind of move more fluent. I know Punisher said that, although if you look at Punisher's record, you wouldn't think that. But if you look at the goalie yourself and you play goalie, even if you're new, hey, let's face the facts. Everybody's starting over from scratch. So if you want to play goalie a little bit, you know, here in the first few weeks, trying to get a feel of it, why not? Nobody else is good at it. No one else is doing anything worth a darn. So. I like it though, and I like the AI goal. You know, before, if you get it, you're going forehand, backhand, and your quick shot. We all know glitch goals like there's no tomorrow. Like he's, you know, got ADD, and that's the only move he can do. Then you know, you just can't do it anymore. You get poke checked by the goalie, you get stuffed by the goalie, a lot of stoning. So you know, it's better off, better engine. They really did it. You know, of course, I've seen some little things here and there. Getting quick shot, he boosts, so he's got a little bit more of a wrist shot, a little bit better hand eye. So he's getting around. He's getting around to even the AI goalies. He can get around to user goalies because his wrist shot's a little bit more faster. So when you get something like that where it's a big mismatch, obviously there's some advantages that you can maybe overtake on the goalie, especially early on here.
We've gone to that level. We're name dropping now, ladies and gentlemen. We are definitely throwing names out. Well, no, but yeah, I mean, you make us right. The backhand, forehand, you know, in 13 and hell, even in 12, backhand, forehand, I don't know about the versions before that because I started playing in 12. Actually, now that I say that, Umanga is the reason why I play NHL. If you guys didn't know, Umanga pushed me on to playing NHL 12. Sure. And I finally just, I gave in, I caved in. He kept talking about it. I saw him online. He was always playing it. I'm like, there's got to be something. Why does he keep playing this game?
Well,
he's not playing anything else. And
let's name drop one more time. In all fairness, it's really due to Ford V8, Too Fast for You.
Okay.
One half of the Mosier brothers, because he got me involved in it. Anyway, long story short, yeah, we're getting everybody here. So anyway, bamming, slamming, jamming. My personal opinion, hey, I think IGN, I think Game Informer's got it right. It's up in the upper 8.5s to 10s, maybe even a 9 if you're going on the player, or if you're going on the rating, 1 from 10, 1 being broken, impossible, to 10 being the best. It'll be interesting to see what Game Informer gives it this week. Of course, I use that magazine because I have GameStop, so it'll be interesting to see what they give them in the rating. If I was going to rate it right now, I would say 9.5 out of 10. I don't see anything wrong with it, but of course, again, we're not really. I'm personally not playing everything, but just from online play and the stuff that you can do is a lot better than you could do last year. A lot more fluent, a lot more hockey-like. Well, if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, online's a little bit frustrating though because you're starting off. You're this. What is it? What do you start out a rookie? Rookie 1, right?
No. No, I think it's below rookie. I think you're an amateur. Right?
Amateur. Yeah, you're right. It is amateur. It's amateur 1. And that being said, you get on the ice, man, and it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Now that they you got these people that are getting the game early and stuff, and having to do a game on Tuesday or hell Monday when you get the early release of it at midnight. Well, I guess it still would be Tuesday, right? That even then you're going to get into a game and these guys are going to be speeding past you, man. I mean, it's the game itself takes forever. How many? What would you say the minutes that we spend trying to get a game?
Well, getting a game finished. Yeah, that's a good point. Getting a game, even getting a game, because again, you have to player lock. You're player locking.
Right.
So, when it fills up, and if you're in a dropping game, for those of you that don't, that are just getting into it, dropping game. Listen, if all the positions are full, that's what I'm saying. Take goalie. Who cares right now? You're still in net. You're filling up a team, and the next game, hey, get back, get in sooner, and take that spot. Take whatever spot you need, but in the meantime, let's fill it in. Anyway, as far as the games go, lengthwise, they're really stretching them out. I don't know if it's just because the plays are so bad, but a lot of penalties called. Of course, that takes a long time to set up. The ref's got to come over and skate. Throw up his arms like a flight director, and that just takes a long time. And then, of course, just everybody's not as great. And the games take a lot longer. That being said, of course, all the enforcer new engines that they've got where you knock some player over and you don't really want to, hey, you're going to get in a fight. You're going to throw the gloves up in the air. The sticks are going to hit the ground. The announcers are going crazy. The crowd's on their feet. Everybody's going. Hey, it's like WrestleMania 27 in there, right out of Atlanta. Just going crazy all over the place.
That's true, though. That's true, though.
Yeah. People are going nuts for it, so it's happening a lot early on. So the games are taking a long time.
So we're looking at 35, 40 minutes a game now. Now.
Listen. I've played 3 games on Friday, the day it came out. I played 3. I got on at 6:30. I played 3 games and I got off at 9:30. So 3 hours to play 3 games, basically.
Yeah.
With pretty limited breaks, not long breaks in between. And then, of course, last night, I don't know how many games I played, but I got on. I played pretty much almost from like 12 in the afternoon till 12 at night, and I think I got a total of maybe 11 games in, maybe 12 games in for a 12-hour span, so that's an hour a game, give or take here and there. There were some breaks and some stops in there, but
yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's just, the games are taking a long time. I think it's because everybody's, we're getting used to the game, number one. Number two, the fights. The fights those fights take forever. I mean, it's not like in 13 you can put your blocker up and you can block it or whatever like that. It ain't like that in 14. I mean, you can't really block like that anymore, so you're still getting hit. So it doesn't take as long as some of those guys that would go into games and get into a fight and then take forever to drop or turtle or whatever. But yeah, the games, they really do take a long time, and I don't know if that's just because it's new, everybody's getting adjusted and that kind of thing, but I don't know. I think that as far as playing the demo as going to the actual game itself, they really did overemphasize the fighting in the demo. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah. I would agree wholeheartedly. When you experience it for the first time, you'll really see what we're talking about. It's just, a lot of head smashing, a lot of it's just, and like I said to Nolan in private, I said, hey, it'd be great if they put some bars up so you know how long these fights lasted. You sit in there and you say, hey, can I go get a beer? Can I go do this or that? Because some fights take longer than others. Again, if you're a big man and you're smashing a small person, it doesn't take very long. So you'd like to have the bar up, even if it kind of filled up the side of the screen where you're fighting and then it went away. I don't see why that would be so tough for EA to do, but what are you going to do? Right.
All right, well, I think we've covered pretty much everything. Unless you got something else you want to add, I'm going to go ahead and close this off here.
Thanks for having me on. Look for our weekly installments, everybody, on everything NHL 14. anything and everything NHL 14. And don't forget, September 21st, people, live from some other dude's computer, fantasy NHL draft coming 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be up a little early. Hey, Crosby gets draft first by anybody. Hey, we're going to talk about it. We're going to look at all the picks. We're going to see what you guys think, the YouTube subscribers, the YouTube viewers, on everybody that's going to be watching that live. It's going to be streamed. It's going to be commented on by yours truly, Umanga, the hey, anything can go, man of your time, and some other dude, 6'7". Hey, thanks for having me, Nolan.
Buddy.
6'7". You're the man. Everybody needs to subscribe to his YouTube channel. Some other dude, 6'7", and everybody like it, love it. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Awesome ending there, Umanga. I appreciate you coming on with me, bud. We will catch you guys on the next one. We're going to be doing a lot more of these, just feeling out the NHL 14 community and seeing how the games progress over the weeks to come. So make sure you guys, like Umanga said, subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you got any questions, if you'd like to see something different. And we appreciate you guys.
Leave comments.
Leave comments.
Good or bad, you're going to fill my ego all the way to the max if you leave a comment. So everybody leave a comment. And, hey, if you leave a comment and I like it, guess what? I'll copy and paste it to my Facebook page. I'll copy and paste it to some other dude's face. I'll copy and paste it to Flexer's face. I'll tattoo it right on his face. All right?
All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you coming and watching this, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
Slam into a Slim Jim.